Hi and welcome to this week's YouTube vlog from me at Barton All Burner Services, and I hope you bobbers are all okay. Firstly, thank you, we have made it. Yes, 2,000 subscribers, unbelievable. We never thought we'd make 100, let alone 2,000. We are so pleased and we're choked, and thank you so much for everyone that's subscribed. But for the people that haven't, please feel free to, it'd be great. Also last week, thanks for the comments, they were great as always, really good comments there, and I am trying to get back and reply to you all, but it has been a little bit manic. Anyway, moving quickly on to this week's YouTube vlog, I'm going to do a service, but this one is a Worcester, and it's a standard Worcester, but I'm going to show it anyway because we've had a few people ask me about them. So that's what I'll be doing, and I hope you enjoy it. And as always, let's get on with this week's vlog. Okay, lovely places, absolutely beautiful. So let's go find the boiler. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll be clearing the rubbish away for a start. That'd be a good start. That can't be there. That can't be there. And clearly they can't be there. So I'm going to clear it and I'll be back. And that's better. Here we go. It's a Worcester. It's a 1825 Danesmoor. Not a mad boiler. People know I'm not a fan of Worcesters, but at the end of the day, it's like a boiler. They work, they do the job, and they are very efficient. So to get into these, you've got two screws at the bottom which look like they're pinged undone. There's a special screwdriver for them, so I'll show you that later. So we're just going to pop it off. Right, so here we go. You've got your standard RDB burner which sits there like so. Then obviously there's your secondary heat exchanger there, your primary heat exchanger there, which will have a baffle behind there, and then obviously you've got all your water connections there. Loads of room in this because it's not a balanced through version. And there's your condensed trap there, balanced blue hose. So first one we're going to do is safe isolation. I've got to do it like this because unfortunately, as you can see, there's not an external isolator and there's nobody at home. I'm going to do a regulation check. As you can see, that goes into the ground. That's your soak away. The oil line comes around there. You can see just there is a far valve. I'll do a check on that. I've got a vlog how to do a check on them, so obviously you can watch that. Ideally there's an isolation valve there, but there should be a filter there, so I will be doing a note about that. So I'm now going to undo these four bolts up the top here. You can either use a flathead or an 8mm, which I'm going to use. I'm going to take the top off and I'll be back. Okay, so top's off. First thing I notice is I would have sealed that in there. Okay, because if a mouse gets in, straight through into your house basically. I haven't looked the other side, but I recommend that is blocked off, which would be good. You've got your stats here. You've got some that go into your pockets here, obviously your water pockets. Also on this, you've got an additional one on which you have a flue stat here as well. I don't know if you can see that there, that goes in there. So if it's something that overheats here, it tends to knock them out. And then finally you've got your final stat here, frost protection. There's your far valve, correctly positioned in the right place. Sorry, there's a tractor going by. Obviously your flue outlet there, that's correct. That's got a terminal guard on it, so anything that discharges less than 2 meters in height needs a terminal guard. It's just about okay for the window there. Really important on Worcesters. Okay, there's your air intake there, sucks here, but then it goes into here. Oh, you've got all these grills. You need to make sure all up here and all in here is all clear. If it's not, it will smoke. It is as simple as that. So if I stand back a bit, you can see them grills. They've got to be clean. Okay, so I'll be poking something up there and doing that. First one I'm going to do, pull the burner out, get that out of the way. Then I'm going to undo this combustion chamber lid here, 217s, and then I'm going to undo the 10mm here, get the right ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, and slide the secondary heat exchanger assembly lid off, and then I will be back. So I've got the combustion lid off there, the 217s came off, and there's your combustion lid there. Just check the insulation, it's absolutely fine. They haven't come off. There's two like spring clips there, and then obviously you've got the rope seal around there, which is also okay. I've done all the 10mm on the secondary heat exchanger part there. I'm just gonna do that because I'm cool. Okay, and we're gonna and get that off. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite dirty in there, so that need cleaning all out. Check the seal there. It's a rubber, special rubber seal in there. That's still, yeah, very flexible, so that's okay. So I'll be giving that a clean. There's your secondary heat exchanger. So the first thing I noticed is I'm gonna have to give it a good clean in here. Also in here, you've got, as you can see, a piece of wire here, and that sort of sits when you're in there like so, stops these from popping out. Okay, so we're just going to drop that out the way like so to the floor, just lifts it up and off. And then you've got all these, a bit like bits of wire, they all slide out. They're stuck at the moment, so I can't even pull one out. Look, oh, is that one? Here we go. There we go. They're like that. So they all need cleaning. I'll probably put them in some soapy water, then I will clean down here and clean all that. This is where it condensates here. Okay, so you've got your condensation. Let's zoom in here. It condensates in here, goes down here through the hole that we need to make sure is clear. Yeah, sort of. And then it goes down the trap and out. That's how it works. Now, word of warning on these, it's quite common. I've only ever seen it once, but I see it on Instagram quite a lot actually. These crack. Okay, they crack about here, they crack here. So when you've cleaned it, have a really, really good look at it, because if they crack, it causes leaks, leaking, combustion, all sorts of stuff. And you can buy these as a totally separate item anyway. They just pop off. No need to drain the system. Okay, so I'm going to give it all a good clean. I'm then going to pop these out here just a little. It's a bit warmer than it, and a pull. It's a one-piece baffle assembly. Put that down there because it's a bit hot. One-piece baffle assembly there. I'm going to give it a good old scrub in there, as you can see. Clean through there. Okay, I'm going to check these brackets that are here to make sure they're not corroded through. Once it's had a good clean, we'll put it back together and I'll be on to the condense strap. Wish me luck. Okay, that part's back together. When you do it up, opposite. So I go there, I go there, I go there, I go there, there and there. That was okay in there. It was fine. I washed it out with water only, and when I done the stainless steel parts of the like the wire you take out, that's done in water as well. It says here no cleaning agents. Okay, but occasionally I use a tiny bit of fair liquid on the actual wire parts in the bucket, and then I wash it out and clean it with clear water first, or last even, before I put it back together. So that's done. I've had a little hoover around here because it was full all down this side. Walls all full of where ants have been and built nests. So we're going to move on to the condense trap in a second, but I want to bring your attention to this. This is the isolation valve. Now there's a modification on these. A lot of them were black that were out there, and some of them failed. So it's an official Worcester recall to change them to these green ones, which are much better. So if you ever come across a black one, I just change them now anyway for the green ones. But obviously, depending on the age of the boiler, it might even be under warranty. So that's a good little tip there. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the trap next. Just going to drop back a step. Obviously, I've done the 17s up now as well. Don't over tighten them because you bend it here, and then you get combustion gases leak out of here. I've seen no end that are dirty here because these have been over tightened, and it basically just bends. Right, onto the condense strap. So we're going to flick it off here. Just, there's a little clip there, look, so we just clip it and it comes off like so. Okay, you can see it's a O-ring on there, need to make it okay. We're going to wash this through here, so I'm going to undo it there. I'm going to wash all that out, and then obviously we've got the condense strap here. Again, you've got another little clip here, and I'm going to lift it off and I'm going to check that washer, and then I'm going to wash this out. Okay, again, I don't use detergent for these, I just use warm water. Okay, still a bit in the bottom there which I need to get out, which I'll do in a sec. Okay, so that's just warm water to clean that. That is actually quite clean, that. So I'm just going to undo that here now. I'm going to undo that and then wash that through, and then it can all go back together. And then we're basically onto the burner. Okay, that's done. It's got water in it again. That, flipping it, I can't get that any cleaner than that. I've tried and tried, but it seems to be like a stain on there. It's a flexible oil line. Really flexible still. I've looked at the date on it. It's only 2 years old, so that's absolutely fine. That's still fine. It's a bit dirty, but it's fine. And I'll just give it a sniff, yeah, and that's absolutely fine as well, because sometimes they bend and smell a bit. We're going to go onto the burner now. First thing we're going to do, you've seen the RDB before. We're going to undo that screw. We're going to take the cover off. Okay, it's quite late in the afternoon, so it's going to get dark in a minute. So what I'm going to do is, I've shown you lots of RD burner strip downs, and obviously if you watch my Grant service video, you'll see the full strip downer one. But essentially what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the pump off. I'm going to turn that 52 times, which is one complete revolution internally, and make sure there's no high spots on there. I'm then going to take off and check the coil for splits and make sure there's no leaks and issues like that. I'm going to take out and wipe the photocell. I'm then going to make sure that the HT leads, which are just here, are all okay and haven't gone brittle. I'm going to pop the back off the capacitor, pull the leads off, and I'm going to make sure it's 4.5 UF. I'm then going to, looks like I need to screw that one in. Okay, and then I'm going to check the motor. So I'm going to take this end cheek off here, followed by this. I'm then going to clean the fan with a screwdriver and a brush and clean all inside there. spin the fan. I'm going to check to see if the motor bearings are noisy. If they're not, I'm going to change them. I'm going to check the drive coupling. I'm going to flick it over, undo one screw there, one the other side, take the blast tube off, put a new nozzle in the end, set the electrodes up, which look quite good anyway, put it all back together, and then I'll be back. One more thing I didn't show you, if you ever take the electrodes or change them, is there, look, you undo that screw there, and that's what withdraws the electrodes on these. So yeah, I haven't got to do it in this case, but obviously if you do, that's where the little punk is. Okay, it's back together. It's ready to rock and roll. Okay, I've just realised we need to take this cover off again to see the pump pressure. It's a 6060 ES nozzle in here, and it sits at about 125 psi. On Worcesters, it's extra critical. If you, especially on the smaller ones, if you put the wrong nozzle in or wrong pump pressure, they don't go. They intermittently lock out. They're a nightmare for it. And if one of these soots up, every immortal bit of soot has to come out, especially in here. It's crazy. If you don't get that 100% clean behind there, they will not run properly. They're very well known for it. I have a little problem here. I'm going to have to come out, but come back even, because here is a test switch. They haven't wired the test switch. So basically, they should have had an extra frost protection wire, a permanent life to the boiler, and they haven't. And there's also nobody here. So I'll have to come back later. So I'm afraid I can't show it running, but you get the gist of it. That is the basic service of a Worcester. Now, there is so many variations of these. This is just one. I've got to be honest, this is probably the easiest Worcester to service of all of them. There's some where there's a combustion chamber lid is here, and then the burner's sort of in there, and then there's a little tiny plate here, and there's some baffles in here. They're a nightmare. I'm hoping to come across one of them soon so I can show it to you. And there's some with down-facing burners as well, with a big front lid on. There's also the combi model as well. So there's many, many, many models. But for this one for now, I'm a bit stuck, but you have seen the basic service, so there we go. Anyway, as I always say, back to the van. But before the van, the screwdriver. This is a triangular screwdriver. I just bought it from my local DIY store, so to speak. Okay, and they go on the bottom. There is a Worcester one, but I find they're rubbish, so I use mine. Just go in there, push, and twist. That's it. Okay, and I'll do the same on that one. It's as simple as that. But I'm going to give this a good clean, even though I'm going to come back later. I'll get it cleaned now, and then I'll be about to finish it. And as I said, literally 10 seconds ago, back to the van. That's it. That's 6 weeks YouTube vlog done from us at Barnall Banner Services, and I hope you enjoyed it. So that was a overview of a service. Now, normally I like to show you me doing the whole thing right through. Isabel's recording me, etc, etc, but essentially I was by myself just with a camera, so that's why I had to say this is what I'm going to do, and then do it, and then come back again. So yeah, it was slightly different, but you got the gist of it anyway. That's probably one of the easiest ones that we've had to do in the Worcester range, so to speak. That is dead easy. One piece baffle, nice and straightforward, and the older ones also are really straightforward as well. Just some of them a little bit more complex, but as I say, if I come across one, I will vlog that and you will see a different Worcester. That is it. Feel free to subscribe as always, because as you know, we've hit 2,000, but as always, we'd like more. And also feel free to comment. We love a comment, but to be honest, on this video there's not really that much to comment about, but hey, just say hello, that'd be good enough for me. Anyway, have a great weekend everyone. 2 weeks till Christmas. Well, a week and a half till Christmas. 2.5 weeks to Christmas. It's close to Christmas. Yeah, so I'm getting quite excited. It's that final rush now. People just panicking a little bit. Oh, I want me Arga. Me boiler made a noise 3 weeks ago. You must look at it. We're having a bit of that at the moment, but it'll all be worth it when we sit down to that nice Christmas dinner. Anyway, I've got to crack on, and I'll speak to you next week. Until next time, stay safe.